Hi everybody, I just wanted to check in real quick. Today is Friday, August 5th of 2016, and we're checking in on Pippi, the Speckled Sussex. I was getting ready to go somewhere for the evening, and I realized that today is 2 weeks after we received our chicks in the mail, and they're all still alive and doing well, even Pippi, who almost died. And we took her out again today, outside with 3 of the other little pullets from her flock to socialize, and she was doing so well, very confident, much stronger. You could hardly even see her limp. She had much more stamina. She's getting bigger. She's getting more muscle in her legs. We've been doing her physical therapy twice a day, and that seems to be helping a lot. The other chicks are just growing so rapidly. My husband and I went out and took a look at our current hen house and coop, and we came up with a plan for how to use this brooder box here to become a temporary house for the chicks outside, connected to the existing hen house with a divider, a dividing wire between them, fencing. So they're so big. It's interesting that they're actually pretty quiet in here, except when I first turn on the lights and when my kids come in and start wanting to handle them and everything, and if we take the screens off they get alarmed, but they otherwise seem to do pretty well. There are 2 chicks that seem to be rooster-like, and they are Buff Orpingtons. And so I'm going to show you how big our other chicks here are. It's been pretty warm here in Iowa, southeastern Iowa, so I've put in an LED light for white light because they really didn't. They're now in a temperature range for their age at 2 weeks where they're getting down to 85 approximately, and it's even warmer than that outside. So I still have the 85 watt red heat lamp halfway over Pippi and their section, so that if they feel like warming up, then they can, and they otherwise can get away. And she seems to, since she's smaller, I figure she still needs to be keeping warm more often and more frequently, more intensity than these other guys over here. But look how their feathers are starting to come in. Come on, focus. I've got some crazy kids outside, so it's not an animal, although they act like it sometimes. My camera does not seem to want to focus. This is the one of the Americana pullets. Sorry, it's not focusing. This is Wheaton Moran back here, and I hope it's not going to be a rooster, but it's kind of looking like one. It's gorgeous feathering. It looks like a bald eagle. This is Buff Orpington. This is the one we think is a male, a cockerel. This one might be the other one, kind of aggressive. Buff Orpington, Buff Orpington, Buff Orpington back there. I didn't say hello. It's like she heard me. Hi, here I am. That's a Moran back there, and that one is 2. They're black Morans. They look kind of like crows. That's one of our other Americana mixes. If I said Americana before, it's a hybrid. It's not a pure. It's an Easter egger from Cackle Hatchery. It's their signature breed. This is another one of their Easter eggers here, the gray one. Get out of the focus so I can focus. The brown one by the water with a white chest by the water. Water standing up there is one of the Speckled Sussex. A fly must have gotten in there. I'm sorry it's not focusing. That's a wheat Moran lifting its wings. They lay dark chocolate eggs. Yeah, there's a fly in there. There's a Speckled Sussex right in the middle. Look how beautiful her coloring is. There's a little bit of red light here, so it's not true to colors. This one here, grooming itself, is a Wheaten Moran. They have feathered feet. So you can tell the difference between the Buff Orpingtons by the feathering on their feet. The one cleaning herself back there in the back under her wing is Speckled Sussex. And so here's Pippi over here. Let's check in and say hi. She's spreading open her wings to get some heat. And can we say hello, Pippi? I'm going to close this screen so I can set her up on here. And they're going to get all upset. Whenever I move anything, they're like, what is going on? What are you doing? Come on. Come on. Come on. She struggles mightily now. Like, what is happening? Why are you getting me out? Okay, so there she is in all her glory. Hi, say hello, Pippi. How are you doing? Can you flap for us or do a little dance? Show off your new skills? Miss Little Starlet? Show us what you can do. Show us what you can do. What can you do for us? Good walking. Yeah. Look how much better she is. She just keeps getting better every single day. Oh, I also wanted to tell you something that happened yesterday. Had Pippi and 3 other chicks out. There were her two sisters, the Speckled Sussex and a Wheaten Moran, out in the yard, and my 6-year-old daughter was kind of running around. I asked her to slow down, but I should have asked her to sit down. Make sure that anytime you have chicks being handled by children, that you have them sit down and not get up and walk around, because she stepped on the toes of one of the Morans, and I stopped her before anything happened. And then right after that, she was making her, she was all involved in making the Pippi salad. It's okay. She wants down now. And Pippi was in the grass right next to me, and my daughter her foot went right onto her back and started to go press down, and I screamed. I said, "Stop! What are you doing?" And she caught herself just in time. I mean, it was close. Pippi almost got crushed to death, and that was a close call for her and the other little hen. And so I made another rule: when you are handling baby chicks in the grass, no walking or running around. You must be seated, because if you're involved in something, it's so easy to not see them. And my daughter really wanted to run around while I had the chicks out today, and I insisted either you stay away from where we are to go play, or you sit down while you're here. She didn't like that, but I stuck to the rule, and it keeps our chicks alive and injury-free and happy. Keeps everybody happy except for my daughter. And that's too bad. She'll be happy when they get older, and then they're old enough to lay eggs. So we'll check in with you today, Friday. I said 2 weeks since we received them in the mail, August 22nd. Look at how this color changes. And Monday we'll hopefully be making some progress on plans for moving them outside, because they really are just getting too big. Pippi's little area is too small. And once we get them outside, we're talking about, we'll also have to make a plan for quarters for new quarantine situation for Pippi. I'm thinking about keeping her here in the garage, but with her other 2 Speckled Sussex friends, because they really like her. And they seem to protect her. If you look at some of our past videos, you'll see that whenever I have put her in with the others, they get around her. They don't fight off the other chickens, but they kind of act as a block and a guard against those like that one they just go flying and catapulting and pelting each other in the head for whatever reason, who knows. I also, the water, it was getting, because they're starting to scratch and dig like that, so I set it up on 3 blocks so they can walk up the steps now to get to the water. But for the first time in 3 days, it is finally free of the pine shavings so that they can have fresh water at all times. That's a great improvement. And it also helps to keep their feed in this container. Last time we had, with the 7, in our first flock, we had this round feeder, and they were spilling so much feed. It was unbelievable. Not so much with this thing. They can't scratch it at it and tip it over when they fly up on top of it. They were constantly tipping this other one over. Try to focus it. And then I have it on a board to get it up out of the shavings so it stays clean. I stir it around frequently, and then I refill it. I dumped it out today for the first time since we've had it in here for them. And it works out very well. There's hardly any waste that goes on that I notice. And it helps to have it up on that block. So there you have it. That's, come on, in focus. August 5th. Let's go to here, Pippi. 2016. Gonna go visit some friends for the evening, so I'm gonna leave this red light on and the LED light because it's still light out on this summer evening. It's about 6 o'clock, 6:15 or something like that. And so I'm gonna leave the LED light on, which isn't that bright. And it's really been helping to just have the red light on at night. In fact, last night I turned the lights off for the first time. Then we got a storm late, and it cooled off, so I came out and turned on the red light. But that helps. It really helps for them to not have the lights on. And they were able to stay warm enough with the lights completely off last night. So I was really glad that they're finally able to get the temperature down at this age, and we can start giving them some normal sleeping darkness at night. All right, so now I really am I've got to quit talking. I'm from Texas, so we talk a lot from there. And so we'll sign out for now and wish you luck with your endeavors raising baby chicks.